Dan Perry here, and let's start talking a little bit about our C++ program. I've got basically a very simple program up, almost the simplest you can do. We could actually, if we didn't do at least something in the main routine, by pulling out this line that says "see out hello world," that would, I guess, be the simplest because it does absolutely nothing. Well, before I talk about a couple of things in it, let's actually just run this to see what it does. So I'll go up here and do my debug, and I'll say start without debugging, and go ahead and build it. And when I do, after a few seconds, it should come back without an error, and it comes in and it says hello world. Well, we'll get to exactly what's going on here in later videos, but for this video I'm going to concentrate up at the top. This green section at the top, these are comments. This is one of two ways you can put comments in a program. Anytime a line or you have two slashes, that says start of a comment. In this case, the comment is starting at the beginning of the line, but we can put comments anywhere in our program. Here I put a / out after my see out hello world. Has to be past any of the code. If I put it in the middle, I would get an error. But then I can put a comment. And it treats it as a comment. Of course, I need to be able to spell things correctly. So here, that would be a comment on a line. And the double slash is used for single line comments. Now up here at the top we have a block of comments, and sometimes we would want to use a block structure for those comments, and to do that you can start a comment with a /*. Notice when I did that, from this point where I did that down, everything turned green suddenly. Well, that says this is a multi-line comment. Starting at this point, everything until I end it will be part of the comments. So I could go in and put comments, more comments, and then I can keep going and have as many lines of comments as I want until I do an */. And now that block becomes a comment block. So everything from here to here become comments. Now sometimes you'll actually see it, the block structure, with several, get the right keys, with several asterisks here, and also an asterisk at the beginning of each line in the block. And by using this structure similar to this, one of the things, there are some tools that will go out and help you create your documentation by looking at comment blocks that are formatted a certain way and use those to build documentation. To me, you'll use both. To me, I have a tendency more often than not to use the //. However, one place where the other format, and let me get rid of part of this, the other format goes is, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. If for some reason I needed to pull some code out of my program and test it, I could comment out a section of code. So now these 3 lines of code are commented out, and this would be temporary. Sometimes when you're debugging, trying to find errors, you need to pull some information out, comments out of your program, and this is a way, I said comments out, code out of your program. This is a way, without deleting it, you can take it out of the program to test something. Now if I was trying to run this now, I will get an error. Tells me it's out of date and builds it, and it says, hey, there are build errors. Would you like to continue with the last successful build? Anytime you get this, the answer is no, because that says you've got problems, you've got errors. So I'm going to go ahead and say no, and I would go back and try to fix it. We will look later on at how to find the errors. Down here in the output area near the bottom, it's giving me some indication of where the errors may be, and we'll talk about that more in the future. For now, let me get rid of these comments, and now I've got my program where it should work again. So that's comments. Now, why do you want to do commenting? To remember what you're doing. In the case at the top, I always have some information about the program. In this case, my name, the file name of the program, the date it was created, and some sort of short description. But as we get into more complicated programs, we're going to want to put comments in to remember what's going on. Think of it this way. Do you remember what you had for breakfast last July on, let's say, the 4th of July? Probably not. Well, if you write a program and have to go back and make changes in 6 or 8 months or a year, you may not remember what you were doing. Those comments are there totally for you as the programmer to remember what you do, remind yourself of what the program's doing and what parts of the program. So if you do have to go back and make changes, you know what's going on. So okay, now there's the comments. While we do comments, in the next video we're going to start talking about the statements here at the beginning, these include statements and this using. So we'll start working our way through this very simple program in 3 to 5 videos to talk about all the different things so you have an understanding of the basics of what has to be in a program. Until next time, I'm Dan Perry.